Each week my training looks different. I do horse dance every day, whether in class or by myself, and I like to do workouts to get stronger and more flexible. The past month or so, I've been focusing more on abs and core. For Kung Fu, I usually focus on what I learned in my private lesson and what we're doing in class. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to train. As long as we're focused and trying to get better, your skill will improve. For horse dance, my current focus is trying to keep my back straight, since my shoulders tend to curve forward. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to squeeze my shoulders back and breathe deeply in this position and try to hold for a longer duration. But horse dance is one of those things that you're not going to like, you just have to keep doing it and trust in the results. I'm also adding more kettlebells to my training. Right now it's mostly swings, snatches, Turkish get-ups, and squats. My snatches aren't consistent yet, especially on the left side. Sometimes they're smooth and other times the ball slams back at the end. I also have to keep an eye out for Momo and his fascination with the kettlebell. I'm also working on bending my wrist back and being more intentful with my grabs and techniques like cross kick. This is something I didn't even notice I wasn't doing until Sifu pointed out in my lesson. Since I'm tighter in my core, I'm also working on turning my body more for the palm strike. I like being aware of things I can work on so I can try to make them better. Sometimes I feel like there are so many things that I suck at that I can't fix them all, but I know each step does make a difference, and awareness is the first step. During my lesson this week, we worked on Fanshe. We didn't get to finish the lesson, so I don't feel like I truly grasped the intent and feeling, but at least it's a start. It's also hard to pull my back arm further back, so that's something I'm trying to focus on. I think this one's going to take a while to improve. My main things to work on are feeling like I'm crushing something with a hammer fist and freezing on a dime. In class, we learned about the 3 speeds in Kung Fu: hands, feet or kicks, and footwork. We practiced step slides, landing heel to toe on the front foot, and the ball of our foot on the back foot, and pushing up quickly. We did some hopping back and forth as well. For our hands, we tried to feel the energy circling in our centers and then exploding out of our arms. Speed comes from being relaxed, but that doesn't make it easy to do. We also practiced the toe kick and going for speed and extending from the hip. We're also working on straight sword in class, and it's all about feel and finesse. It's funny, because this is the first weapon form I learned, and also the first one I competed with. I had no idea what I was doing back then, and I only have a slightly better understanding now. Mastering this weapon will take years, but I'm up for the challenge. We have practice every Thursday evening, and it's usually just Ben and me, though it's fun when other people join too. It's actually Friday morning for Ben since he's in India, but it's cool that we can keep up our training together. This week we were reviewing First Essential Fists, which we haven't done in a while. We had a few hiccups, but overall it wasn't too bad. The kids are learning Chop Choi, and we're starting with the last road. Since Chop Choi has a lot of the same moves over and over, practicing those will help the kids get more comfortable with the form. They also love creating Kung Fu warrior workouts for us to do. Sometimes they get a little ambitious, but they are gaining skill and getting stronger, and that's what's most important. This week was also Sifu, my husband's birthday. Learning Kung Fu from your spouse is an interesting situation, but I'll say that for another day.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Oh my god, that's like the most people I've seen.
That's a
Happy
lot of
birthday,
people here.
Sifu.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Sifu.
Happy birthday, Sifu.
Happy birthday!
Seeing everyone join Zoom to wish him happy birthday was really special. It was good to see some old faces we haven't seen in a while. The students provided old footage, and Ben put together a video showing their training over the years. I really like watching people's reactions when they see themselves in the video and the smiles on their faces. I'm grateful for our Kung Fu family and think it really means a lot how much people care about and respect Sifu.
So thank you everybody for coming. I know it means a lot to Sifu that she came here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Nala wants a hug too.
Oh, Nala wants a hug. Nala's still wearing her hat. She's doing no.
Thank you.
It wouldn't be training without the animals getting involved. I do miss having more space training at the gym, but I love being around the animals all the time. Momo has no problem interrupting my training because playing with his toy is way more important. That was pretty good as long as there aren't any weapons involved, and it makes me laugh each time her big head appears in front of the camera. Well, that's it for this week. Always keep training and see you next time.